One of the things that I was struck by was, Ashley says early on when the producer is trying to ask her, the interviewer is trying to ask her about her relationship to her own story, her relationship to the experiences, where does consent start and stop for you, whatever. And she says, I wanted to want to, And I think that really, I don't know, it's connected for me in a pretty important way to these questions of classification and the emphasis on what we're calling different things, because I guess it's a moment that identifies the nuance and the slipperiness. Yeah. That there's not just an object here. I have desire. This is external to me. Right. Whatever. It's not always that our relationship to our experiences are these kinds of tidy bento boxes of happenstance. Or coercion or whatever. But there is often this I wanted to want to. And so what is that? What do we classify that as? Yeah. It's still desire operating, but there's also these something isn't right feelings and. So it isn't it's not to say that then we should figure out what to call that. I just think it's a nice moment that sheds light on that difficulty.
Yeah. And it changes the way you interpret the details. So and Andrea didn't talk about this, so I don't know how she thinks about these things. But if you think that this is an actual ritual that gives you communion with the divine powers of our universe, then of course it's kept secret. Of course it's, you have to, make all these promises because we're dealing with powerful things, right? And so the same stuff that Ashley's experience reads as red flags that this, and I want to someone who is seeking that, Andrea was, it feels like exactly what you yes, of course it would. If it was easy, everyone would do it and it wouldn't be important or special. Sure.